Yeah, I mean, how do you say no to it? You know what I mean? Like, they give you every opportunity to say yes.
It's a feature that I think all owner-operators need to have. Not just should have, need to have. Because it also can be a safety concern.
Welcome to another episode of the Southern Boating Podcast. I'm Ian Sneed.
I'm James Anderson.
And before we get started, remember to subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and hit the notification bell so you get all of the episodes whenever they come out. Today, what we're talking about is Tiara's 43 LE and Yacht controller. And we'll kick it off with Tiara.
Tiara,
43 LE.
Which I just learned today. Do you know what the LE stands for?
What?
And shame on me for not knowing. Luxury Express.
Makes a lot of sense.
Shame on me for just learning that today, but when I was reading, I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I was like, because we see so many initials that a lot of times the initials mean absolutely nothing.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But they actually have a purpose with their initials.
That's
and
great.
It is an express yacht. It's a luxury express.
Yeah.
And that's Tiara to me is luxury for sure. No doubt about that.
Without a doubt. This vessel, so I'll start by saying it's an update. It's redesigned. It had a lot of foot traffic at the boat show.
Now, and you got to get on it and get some time with them too.
I did, yes. When I got on it, I was lucky that there wasn't anyone else on it. I actually got to experience the boat by myself. Luck of the draw because of how busy it was. There was always a person on there. But that also means I got to really kind of like look around, which is nice. Now, the first thing, I'll give you some information about it. 43 feet, 6 inch length overall with a 13-foot beam. So it's a good sized vessel. When it comes to the redesign, there's two things that I really want you to take home from this. First, refined interior amenities. Okay. And second, they have a revamped aft cockpit. When we're talking about the refined interior amenities, first, there's forward, if we'll work ourselves forward to aft, right? So there's a forward stateroom. It's private, right? It's the owner's suite. There's a mid-cabin stateroom. And this one is cool because, so when you walk, down below, straight ahead, there's a door to the stateroom, to the owner's stateroom. Just to your right, there's a door to the head. And then just to your left, there's a door where you can go down into the second stateroom. And it's cool because they have like a little seating area, and then to your left, so the seating area is straight in front of you, and then to your left is the berth. It felt like, how do I say it? Like the seating area felt like a lounge, but to make that feel that way for the second stateroom, I thought was very kind of considerate for the guests that Tiara owners are going to have. It really seemed like somebody sat there and said, how do we make this stateroom stand out among other staterooms? Having that sitting area that felt like a lounge and then the berth right in front of it, I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is...
Right? Because if you're going to go out cruising and take another couple with you, giving them their own private space that they can enjoy and actually utilize, not just a tiny little midship cabin,
right?
Is very nice.
It felt... All of it felt intentional, where some of it on other boats might feel forced. Like, oh, we have a little extra space here. We should put a stateroom there, and then they kind of try to force something, right?
Right.
This felt so intentional, so comfortable. It felt thoughtful and considerate. This is, you could tell, designed well. It's designed for the person that likes to cruise. And whether it's a family or you're taking friends out, you're going to be a happy camper, 100%. Next, when we start moving back up, there's a dinette in the salon that converts to a berth. So you could actually carry more people to overnight with you if you want. Exactly. And I thought that was fantastic. Back towards the cockpit, there is a sliding door with an electrically actuated window so that you can open up that space to the cockpit.
So it flows right through.
And it's just, yes, it flows right through. So it's a very open kind of concept that you can kind of close off whenever you need. And that opening leads you to the cockpit, which is newly redesigned. And they have two new modules. So the first one is, I wrote it down.
The buffet?
Well, no, the first one I'm going to talk about is the adventure module. So the adventure module is for anyone that really likes fishing, right? It's literally set up for you to be a fisherman on this vessel. Now, the buffet lounge is a rotating buffet lounge that is extremely impressive. So you can have it facing towards the bow and engage with everything on the ship, or you can have it facing aft and enjoy the water. So it feels like you're just out. When you add the drop down terrace, it literally creates like this open scenery of, if you're out on the water, ocean, right? I just thought it's so crafty to have that rotating module element. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
It's very interesting. When I saw it on one of their boats a couple of years ago, I was like, that's very innovative.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Right? Because it gives a lot more utility to the cockpit. Tiaras are very elegant looking boats. You can spot a Tiara from across the bay many times. I know, even as blind as I am, I can see them. I can tell them at a distance.
It's true, and I didn't even get to talk about how beautiful the design lines are, but they are. It's stunning. I do have a few more notes that I want to talk about. The draft is 3 feet 5 inches. The fuel capacity is 540 gallons, so you can get going, a good distance. The water capacity is 60 gallons, and it runs on twin Mercury 600s. There's a full beam hardtop and a powered sunroof. So it's literally made for you to go out and enjoy the water and look good while you're doing it. Because again, it's a Tiara.
It's a Tiara.
Yeah.
It's a breathtaking boat.
Yeah.
It really is. They have a very beautiful, elegant look to them. You can spot them right away. And it's just, I know a lot of people that gravitate towards Tiara after they spend a little bit of time with one.
Yeah, how do you say no to it? You know what I mean? Like, they give you every opportunity to say yes. I think they do.
Yeah, with a price tag.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. The thing is you see the price tag and you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
awesome.
they definitely do have the ability to do
you're
that.
comfortable with saying yes to that too.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let me throw it over to you.
So the what I'm going to cover right now is from our Trends in Electronics column in the November issue. It's a feature that I think all owner-operators need to have. Not just should have, need to have, because it also can be a safety concern. Right? Or help you with some of your safety concerns. And that's going to be a remote yacht controller. And the one that we mentioned in this article is Yacht Controller. Right? Yacht Controller has been around for 21 years now. And they just debuted a new feature at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show for their Optimo, Maximo, and Supremo handheld wireless units. And it is the dynamic positioning. And that's really important. But just in general, to go over a lot of this stuff, is a yacht controller or wireless remote for your yacht is such a huge thing towards safety, because it's going to allow you to, just like their COO, Tony says, eliminate blind spots, right? You're going to know and have control of your yacht. You're going to be able to step away from the helm and really be in command at all times. And that is so important for the owner operator, right? Because then you can be throwing your own lines, doing everything that you need to do, adjusting fenders so you're not busting up your beautiful yacht. I just can't get over how important this is. I got to tell you, there are other brands out there. I don't have a problem with any one particular brand, but I think you got to do your homework and find out what's best fit for you. But again, this is something that is just going to make boating a lot easier for you, especially when you get into a certain size and you're going to be able to take it out and dock it yourself without help. What a cool experience that is for yourself, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you're not going to bang your own vessel up, bang somebody else's vessel up. That would be a bad deal. That would really not only ruin your day, but ruin somebody else's day. So that's not what you want by any means. But there's a lot of new features that they're adding onto these things, because it's not going to just give you control over your vessels to be able to control your propulsion, your bow thrusters, but now you can start controlling things like your swim platform, your shore cable master, your crane, your davit, your passerelle. So there's a lot of options that they're adding to these things, and I find that very, very interesting, right?
Yeah, it turns into like a universal remote.
It turns into like a universal remote for everything on your yacht, right? Not only that, but they come and they install it, and it's got some features that they're going to train you how to to make some customized settings in this so you actually can troubleshoot on your own and everything. And that's very, very important because a lot of owner operators, they're very familiar with their vessel and they want to know how to do all of these things themselves. And that's important. The other thing is it's no longer just a transmitter, meaning sending your inputs to a receiver. It's now a transceiver.
Now, this is the Maximo one, right?
That is the Maximo model, correct. And I'm sure this is going to come through all of the lines eventually.
Right.
But it's also going to receive data now. So it's a transceiver. It's bilateral communication. So it's going to tell you if you have a loss of power, if you have a loss of connectivity. It's also going to allow you to do firmware updates no matter where you're at. And that's extremely important, right? Because if this is going to control your boat, well, you want to be on top of this and keep it up to date. But it allows you to, just about any type of failure that you could have that could impact this, it's now going to receive that data and notify you as well. So super, super important. We put a lot of trust in electronics these days, and this is one that you have to do your homework with. It's super neat to be able to step away from the helm and have total control and really be able to dock in tight quarters. Because we've covered an article here recently in the last month to where we talked about dwindling dock space. It's not abnormal to really get stuffed into a position that's a tight fit anymore. And this is going to help you get in and out of those tight fit areas with
ease.
Not with just ease, but a high level of confidence too, right?
High level of confidence because of the high level of control that it gives you.
Right, exactly right. And then what I also took away from this is you can set up 5 different user profiles. Each user may use it slightly different, and they can set up those profiles for you, right? Somebody's got a heavy thumb, somebody doesn't have a heavy thumb, all of those different things, or what features they want on their user profile. And you can also get it with either toggle controls or a joystick. I'm a joystick kind of guy. It's too easy to use a joystick because I'm an 80s baby, or we had joysticks with video games.
Yeah.
Not like I play video games anymore, but
but it's muscle memory.
Yeah, whatever. I don't remember playing video games that much, really. But that's really important, right? So it gives you a choice there as well. So to me, it's something that I think more people that are owner-operators of their yachts should take a look at. And like I said, Yacht Controller's not the only brand out there, but it's one of the better brands.
And one thing that I liked about this, as I read, that makes it one of the better brands that okay, this is how they differentiate themselves from their competitors, is the dual band systems that they use to eliminate interference and to have a redundancy within the system of up to 250 feet in range. Right. Like when you think about that.
It's scanning, I think it was 100 different channels.
Yes.
And utilizing those channels, and changing them up so you don't get that interference.
Exactly. So you can now have the confidence that it's going to work on your vessel.
Exactly right. And if you do experience interference, it's going to handle it and get you going in the right direction, right? Exactly. So it's going to notice it and correct it before you even dare think about it.
Yeah, right.
So it's just really, really smart.
It's that peace of mind that everybody wants. So is this going to work when it matters? They've gone out of their way to kind of ensure that.
And a lot of these owner operators, you don't have to be the best captain now to get into tight quarters. I prefer you would be, because I don't want you docking next to me if you don't know what you're doing.
Please, let's be honest.
But that goes back to what I was saying. It's not just safety for you and your vessel, but it's safety for the other vessels around you when you're getting into these tight docking situations.
Especially when you're talking about dwindling dock space and how much larger all the vessels are getting out there, right?
Yeah.
Like everything is getting bigger, but space is getting smaller. So you want to have that extra level of control that something like Yacht Controller gives you.
That's exactly right. It's so super important. To me, it's a safety feature that you can buy and put on your boat, or yacht, whatever it may be, and have control of all these different features too. So even your windlass, being able to let your windlass down, doing that remotely.
Right.
So very important, especially as you get into some areas to where you need to be over the bow, making sure you're not harming marine life.
Right. Now, if somebody wants to read the whole article, where do they find it, James?
They're going to find this in our November issue. In Trends in Electronics.
Trends in Electronics in our November issue. I just wanted to throw that out there.
So make sure you come back and check us out next episode. Until then, I'm James Anderson.
I'm Ian Sneed.
We'll see you soon.
just review it real quick.
You sure? Can you read your handwriting this time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you read my handwriting?
You highlighted. There's a dinette in the salon.
Either or.
I know, but it randomly comes out saloon. I like saying salon. I don't know why it comes out saloon randomly. Okay.
They're going to find this in our November issue.
In
Trends in Electronics.
Trends in Electronics in our November issue. I just wanted to throw that out there.
I said it when we got started.
I know, but it's just a reminder, man. It's just extra.
They can rewind. So you got that little thing on the bottom. You actually move it right back. And again. And again. And again. Don't worry. I do it too all the time. I'll be like, wait, I missed it. I missed it.
Yeah. The amount of times I'm like, back 10 seconds, that was too far. Oh, I missed it again. I was spaced out.
No, I don't even hit the button. I just straight drag back all the time. Even on my phone.
No. I do the back 10 seconds. I double tap, goes back.
Oh, no, I hate that. You even have that on the remote of the TV, and I can't stand it.
My TV remote doesn't have that. It has a back button, but it doesn't have like a...
You have Comcast?
Yes.
The little half circle?
No, I don't have that because the controller is a smart TV. It's like, whatever. It's beside the point.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you're missing features.
Probably.
You need to call Comcast.
I'm okay with not.
Why even have Comcast? Why don't you just use my YouTube account?
I don't know. Comcast is Xfinity, right?
Comcast is Xfinity.
Yeah, whatever. No, it doesn't matter. It's a smart TV. Here's the thing.
NBC,
we only have
Comcast, Xfinity.
We only have their internet. We don't have their cable.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, that's why. I need the TV controller, and the TV controller.
I should have caught on to that when you said I have a smart TV.
Yeah.
And you were using the smart TV controller.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm the crazy person that still has YouTube TV and Comcast TV.
Yeah, you're a little on the crazy side. Yeah. All right, let's sign off.
I don't feel like it.
Yeah, because this just turned into a blooper reel.